Dear students, see last time in lesson number 7, that is system of particle and rotational motion, we study the important phenomena, important process, that is a vector product of two vectors. So in lesson number 6 you studied about scalar product. Okay, work is a scalar product of force and displacement. Now here we studied about cross product or a vector product. See, that is a vector A is AXI plus AYJ and vector B is BXI plus BYJ plus BZJ. See, these are the Cartesian component of vector A and B. Then A cross B we can write in terms of determinants. Okay, AX, AY, AZ, BX, BY and BZ. Okay, we also saw how to simplify this. Now we take an example based on this. Okay, so that will be better, give us the better understanding. Let us say our example number 7.4. See, A is equal to 3i minus 4j and vector B is minus 2i plus j minus 3k. See, vector A is 3i minus 4j plus 5k caret minus 2i plus j. Okay, now A cross B we can find out I, j, k. See, what are the coefficient here? 3, minus 4 and 5, minus 2, 1 and minus 3. Now, see, if I have to simplify this I caret, see, okay, right diagonal minus left diagonal. Okay, right diagonal minus left diagonal. See, this is minus 4 into minus 3 is 12. 5 into 1 is 5. Okay, now to continue the process we have taken a minus j, so work become easy. Now see, when we find out coefficient of z, j caret, okay, here 3 into minus 3 minus 9, okay, and minus 10, but again there is a negative sign. Okay, minus 9 minus 10 plus k caret. Okay, now see, when we have to find out k caret, it will be like this. Okay, so it will be 3 minus 8. Okay, now if I simplify 7i, see, it will be plus 1, na? That is minus j minus 5k caret. Okay, okay, so we can simplify as 7i minus j minus 5k caret. See, that is a vector product of A cross B. Now earlier we discussed that vector product is not commutative. So suppose I have to find out B cross A, that will be, see, the negative of this, so it will make minus 7i plus j plus 5k. Okay, so this is about the vector product A cross B and this is about the vector product B cross A. Now here we have to find out the scalar product also. Now see, the scalar product of two vectors A dot B with the Cartesian component is AX BX plus AY BY. Okay, so AX BX will be 3 into minus 2 plus AY BY will be minus 4 into 1 and AZ BZ is 5 into minus 3. So if I simplify, minus 6 minus 4 minus 15. Okay, 3 into minus 2. Okay, minus 4 into 1, 5 into minus 3. Okay, this will be minus 25. Okay, this will be minus 25. This is how we can find out the scalar product also. Now see, the vector products will use in number of deriving physical quantities like torque and angular momentum. Now see, in the beginning of lesson we studied about relation between the physical quantity we come across in the linear motion and rotational motion. See, in linear motion we have position r or x or theta. Here we have angular position theta. Then we have displacement, that is delta r. Here it will be delta theta. Okay, here we have speed, that is v. Here angular speed. Okay, now we saw that when proper sign is assigned to speed, it becomes velocity, that is a vector quantity. Here also we have to study angular velocity. Now angular speed is a scalar quantity, angular velocity is a vector quantity. Then we had linear acceleration. Okay, similarly here in rotational motion we have to study angular acceleration. See, that is alpha. See, linear acceleration is denoted as A. Okay, see, one by one we'll try to derive the relation between them. Now first we start with the angular speed. Okay, first we start with the angular speed. Okay, now angular speed is denoted by omega. Okay, now let us say, see the rigid body, see this is axis of rotation. Okay, now we have seen all the particle of rigid body move on a circular path. Okay, all the particle of a rigid body moves on a circular path. Okay, now let us say r is the radius of the circular path. See, at any instant t the position is here, and after some times t plus delta t, at time t let us say the position is p. See, it moves on a circular path at t plus delta t, position is p dash. Now let us say the angle traverse is delta theta. Okay, angle traverse is the delta theta. Now this is nothing but our axis of rotation. This is nothing but our axis of rotation. Now see the angular speed. Angular speed is path length upon time. Okay, angular speed. Okay. Now this is arc pp dash upon delta t. Now see what is the r is the radius of the circular path. Okay, pp dash is nothing but arc of the circle. What is the length of the arc? Will be r into delta theta. Okay, length of the arc will be pp dash will be r into delta theta. See the time interval. See, at time t the position is p. T plus delta t times the position is p dash. So what is the time interval? That is delta t. We can write right now. Now see, just we used to write delta r upon delta t is the speed. Okay, here delta theta upon delta t is called the average angular speed. Okay, the first we write in terms of the average speed. So see, this is a linear speed v is equal to r into omega. Okay, now see the linear speed v, average linear speed is length of the arc pp dash upon time interval. Now see, by taking delta t tends to 0, okay, by taking limit delta t tends to 0, we'll get the instantaneous speed, that is v is equal to r. We can write limit delta t tends to 0, r delta theta upon delta t. Okay, now whenever we have limit, okay, it turns out to the derivative that we have seen earlier. So r into d theta by dt. Now see, our d theta by dt is angular speed omega. So we can say v is equal to r omega. Now this is nothing but the scalar relation between linear speed v and angular speed omega. Okay, so this is how we can obtain about angular speed. See, the angular speed is given as d theta by dt, and see the scalar relation between linear speed and angular speed is given as v is equal to r omega. Now next we have to see the angular velocity. Okay, next we have to see about the angular velocity. So if angular speed is assigned proper direction, then it becomes angular velocity. Okay? When angular speed is assigned proper direction, we can say it becomes angular velocity. Now we try to derive the relation between vector relation between linear speed and angular speed. Okay. Now let us say r is the radius of the circular path. Okay. Now see, this is nothing but our axis of rotation. Okay. Now let us say P is a point on the rigid body. Now let us say from point O, see, this is about the axis of rotation. OP is a position vector. See, any point it will be tangential like this. Now C is the center of circular path. Okay. Now see the uniform circular motion. We studied that. See, the velocity always tangent to the circle. Velocity is always tangent to the circle. Now here we have to establish the vector relation between linear speed, linear velocity and angular velocity. Okay, here we have to derive vector relation. Okay, now see, V is equal to omega cross r. V is equal to omega cross r. See, this is r. Now suppose I have to mention r. See, there is a, what we can say, see, by using the triangle law of vector addition, r is nothing but omega cross OC plus CP. Okay. Now see, OC, we give the OC, and first now we have to use the distributive law for the vector product. Now see, this is r perpendicular. This distance CP is r perpendicular. Now first we can write omega cross OC plus omega cross CP. Now see the vector product. What we can see here from the diagram, omega and OC are in the same direction. Theta is 0. Omega and OC are in same direction. Theta is 0, so omega cross OC will be 0. Okay. Now see, this CP is a perpendicular distance, that is r perpendicular. Okay. Now uniform circular motion. See, the velocity is always tangent to the circle, that is fixed. But we can say omega cross r perpendicular. Okay. Omega r perpendicular is a, we can say, the perpendicular distance between the center of the circular motion and the velocity. So the vector relation between linear velocity and angular velocity, okay, is given as V is equal to omega cross r perpendicular. See, in general, right now, see, because there were two distances, we have represent this distance CP is r, that is the radius of the circle, as r perpendicular. Otherwise, in general sense, we can write V is equal to omega cross r. See, this is a very useful relation we will be using later on also. So this is nothing but the vector relation between linear velocity and angular velocity. Okay. Now this is about the one more quantity. First we talk of angular displacement, then the angular speed, now angular velocity. Now next we have to see about the angular acceleration. See, it is analogous to linear acceleration in our linear acceleration A. Now next is, now see the time rate of change of angular velocity is called So the angular acceleration is denoted as alpha. Okay? See the time rate of change of angular velocity is angular acceleration. See alpha is denoted as d omega by dt. Now see in case of fixed axis of rotation, see omega and delta omega will be in the same direction. So in that case the direction of alpha will be in direction of omega. Okay, so this is about the angular acceleration alpha. See, it is a vector quantity. Unit will be radian per second square. And because it is a vector quantity, we should know about the direction also. So in case of fixed axis of rotation, see alpha will be in direction of omega. Okay, so this is about the angular acceleration alpha. Now, see, next we have to see about the important physical quantity called torque. Okay. Now see, to produce linear motion, force is required. Okay. To produce rotational motion. Torque is required. So torque is a very important physical quantity in the rotational motion. Now see, there are number of day-to-day example also. Now suppose there is a door. Okay. Now it is hinged somewhere here. Okay, and this is our handle. Okay. Now when we open the door, we do not apply force on all the parts of the door, but we apply force at a particular point. Okay. So when we open the door like this, it is a part of the rotation. So that also is a one sort of the torque. Now see, તમે thumbs up નો બોટલ ઓપન કરો છો બોટલ ઓપનરથી. Okay, that is also a torque. See, નાના હતા, when we were small, see પૈડાથી રમતા હતા ને. Okay, that also was a torque. Now see, if you see in the તમારું કારનું engine હોય, okay, how much torque or power it produce. Okay, how much power it produce depends on the torque. See, તમે ceiling fan ખરીદો એના બોક્સ પર બી લખેલું હોય છે torque is that much rpm. See, તમારા કારના ડેશબોર્ડ પર પણ લખેલું હોય છે. See, it is written on the dashboard of your car also, torque is this much rpm. So rpm is nothing but revolution per minute. So this is how the torque is a very important quantity in producing rotational motion. Now we start with the torque acting on a particle. Okay, now this can be asked in a 2 marks question. Now let us say we can consider any suitable coordinate axis. Now see, P is a particle whose position is r, whose position vector with respect to origin is r. So let particle P has position vector with respect to origin. Okay. Now this is, now let us say force F is acting at angle theta. Okay, force F at angle theta with r. Okay. Now see, angle between position vector r and force F is theta. So torque acting on a particle at P, torque particle at P with respect to origin is given by vector product of r and f. Okay, torque acting on the particle at P with respect to origin is given by vector product. See, torque has a symbol. See the Greek symbol tau. We know as R cross F. Okay. See, book it is mentioned as the bold letters that we have to assume it is a vector product. So torque is a given as R cross F. Now, see, R is a position vector. Okay, OP is R, force acts at angle theta with respect to R. Torque we have obtained given as R cross F. Now see, torque is a measure of effectiveness of the force. See, work done also was in the lesson number 6. Work done also was force into displacement. Okay, torque is R cross F. See, here also force is there, displacement is also there. Okay, but it is important. Okay, how do force is applied? Okay, how do the force is applied? Okay, that is also important. So torque is a measure of the effectiveness of the force. Now let us say if I produce this line, okay, now and drop a perpendicular, okay, let us say ON. Okay, now see, this angle is theta, this is vertically opposite angle theta. Now see, in triangle OPN, okay, sin theta is ON upon OP. OP is R, so ON is R sin theta. Okay, now torque we have written as R cross P F. Now see, the vector product A cross B is AB sin theta, so it will be R F sin theta. Now we can write F into R sin theta. Okay, now what is R sin theta? Okay, R sin theta is nothing but perpendicular distance from the line of action of force. Okay, R sin theta is a perpendicular distance from line of action of force, that is ON. Okay, R sin theta is nothing but ON. So torque is force into perpendicular distance. Okay, so in torque it is important in which direction force acts. Now suppose R and F are in the same direction, theta is 0, torque is not produced. Okay, for example, see, again come back to the example of a door. Now this is our hinge, okay, or a handle. See what happens, the handle is here. Okay, naturally you can see that you will require more force. Okay, you studied earlier in the lower standard about the simple machine. Okay, see the handle of the gardener's scissor. Okay, handles of the gardener's scissor are also kept long. Okay, why? Because if they keep R as a larger value, see, force will apply to be will be less. So this is how the torque is a measure of effectiveness of the force. Now we studied work is force into displacement. Torque is a measure of effectiveness of the force in producing rotational motion. Okay, now torque is a new quantity for us, so we should know about the unit and dimension. Also, being a vector quantity, we should be knowing in which direction torque will act. Now let us say here R and F are in XY plane. Okay, R and F are in XY plane. See, the direction of torque is obtained by right hand screw rule. Okay, it will be in a direction perpendicular to plane formed by R and F. Okay, so torque is a vector quantity, so the direction of torque will be obtained by the right hand screw rule. See, it will be in a direction perpendicular to plane formed by R and F. See, here our R and F are in XY plane. See, the direction of torque will be in z direction. Okay, direction torque will be in z. So now unit and dimension. Unit and dimension. Torque is R cross F. Theta is dimensionless. Force is in Newton. Displacement or a perpendicular distance is meter. Now Newton meter. Newton dimension is m1 L1 T minus 2. Meter is L1. So we can write m1 L2 T minus 2. Okay. Will be the dimensional formula of the torque. You can easily check. Okay. See, the dimension of torque and work are same. Okay. See, the work you study in the generally linear motion and torque in the rotational motion. Okay. Now this is about torque. Okay. Here we have studied a torque acting on a particle. Now next we have to study about the rotational motion. Next we have to study about the angular momentum. See, it is denoted as L, or sometimes for a rigid body it is capital L. Okay. Now see, torque is the effectiveness, okay, of force in producing rotational motion. Similarly here, angular momentum is the effectiveness of linear momentum in producing rotational motion. Now torque is called moment of the force. See, the word moment is nothing but effectiveness. Many book it is mentioned like this. So torque is the moment of the force about the origin. Similarly, angular momentum, okay, is a moment of the linear momentum. Now we start with the angular momentum of a particle. Okay, we start with the angular momentum of a particle. Now let's say mass of the particle is m. See, it is moving with the velocity v. Okay, m is the mass of the particle, which has a position vector. Okay, which has a position vector OQ with respect to origin. Okay, now so we can write let particle at Q has mass m and velocity v. See, its position vector with respect to origin is given by OQ is equal to R. Okay, now we know that, see, the product of mass into velocity is momentum. See, here v is the velocity of the particle. So the linear momentum, okay, will be P is equal to mv. Okay, mass is scalar quantity. Now we know very well. See, the direction of linear momentum is in direction of velocity. So direction of linear momentum is in direction of velocity. Now let us say, see, the angle between R and P is theta. Okay, let okay, angle between R and P is in theta. Okay, now this will be our xy axis. Okay, by mistake I have taken here as v. But see, the particle of mass m is at Q, velocity is v, so the linear momentum will be P is equal to mv. Now see, the position vector is R. Okay, angle between R and P is theta. So we can write angular momentum of particle at P, Q, sorry, is given by vector product of R and P. Okay, angular momentum of particle at Q is given by vector product of R and P. So we can write angular momentum L R cross P. Okay, angular momentum is given as R cross P. Now again A cross B is AB sin theta, R into P into sin theta. Now see, this is line of action of linear momentum. Okay, this is line of action of linear momentum. So if I drop a perpendicular here, okay, see, triangle O and Q will be a right angle triangle. This angle is theta, so we can write these are vertically opposite angles theta. Okay. Okay. Now see, in triangle O and Q, sin theta is ON upon OQ. Now OQ is position vector R. Okay, ON upon R. ON is R sin theta. Now see, L is equal to R cross P. So magnitude of L is RP sin theta. So L we can write as P into R sin theta. R sin theta is nothing but ON. Okay. See, that is nothing but the perpendicular distance from the line of action of linear momentum. Okay. So we can write P into perpendicular distance from line of action of linear momentum. Okay, so here angular momentum is also important in producing rotational motion. Angular momentum also is a vector quantity. Okay, so its direction will be obtained by the right hand screw rule. So we can write angular momentum is a vector quantity. Direction is obtained by right hand screw rule. Okay, here we can see R and P are in XY plane. So the direction of angular momentum will be in a direction perpendicular formed by R and P. So here it will be in Z direction. Okay, here it will be in Z direction. So here R and P are in XY plane. So angular momentum will be in Z direction. So this is about the angular momentum. See, the torque is, okay, torque is moment of the force about the origin. Angular momentum is a moment of the linear momentum about the origin. Now this one is also a new quantity for us, so we should know about the dimension. L is equal to RP sin theta. See, sin theta is dimensionless. See, momentum is kg meter per second. Position vector is in meter. Kg meter square per second. So if I write dimension M1 L2. Now some book I saw, so you can write is M1 L2 T minus 1 is M1 L2 T minus 2 into T1. Now see, M1 L2 T minus 2 is unit of dimension of work or a joule, time is in second. So another unit of the angular momentum is joule second. So this is about the angular momentum of a particle. Okay. Now today we have seen about the two important quantity called torque and angular momentum. Okay. Torque is a very important quantity in rotational motion. Angular momentum also is an important quantity in rotational motion. See, various characteristics of the rotational motion we will study in the subsequent lectures. Thank you.